So the Federal Reserve decided to taper $10 billion per month from their quantitative easing program, and it sent gold down below $1,200, and silver was at just around or just over $19. So they did have a smackdown effect on the prices just as anticipated. However, today it looks like we're getting a little bit of a bounce. So the prices are bouncing back somewhat. Personally, I thought the decision to taper was going to have a much bigger effect on the metals, um, but yeah, it just kind of had a quick flash crash on the metals, and then now today they seem to be recovering somewhat. So let's take a look at some news articles. The first one here is from Sharps Pixley that says, now that the Fed has tapered, can the gold market heal? So will the Fed's balance sheet with the Fed's balance sheet reaching 4 trillion as of last week, an improvement in the labor market and a reduced fiscal drag, the Fed will taper its asset purchases by 10 billion starting in January. The Fed has also expected to taper in steps of around 10 billion going forward. So what this means is at every subsequent FOMC meeting, they plan to cut 10 billion from the QE until I guess it's completely gone. So the forward-looking statements that they're showing right now say that they're going to be continuing on the path to completely ending QE. Now, I know a lot of people are going to have some, some things to say about this because there's a lot of people out there that first and foremost believed that they could never taper. There's a lot of people that didn't even believe a 10 billion per month taper was even possible. And if you watch my last few videos before this FOMC, I go over how the sentiment in the market was really shifting towards people really starting to expect them to taper. Now, something I want to say about gold and silver is I've really noticed the effect on gold and silver is really based on the expectation of what happens. So now that the Fed is setting up the expectation for tapering every single month, maybe the decision not to taper will now start having somewhat of a positive effect on the metals just due to the switch in expectations. So before everyone expected them not to taper, and when they didn't taper, gold and silver crashed because it met their expectation. However, now they're setting up the expectation that they are going to taper. So it might be switching the psychology of the market somewhat. And who knows, this could have some beneficial effects on the metals in the long run. But as Goldman Sachs sees it, they expect gold prices to keep falling. So especially in the wake of the Fed's announcement to begin tapering, experts experts think it'll only get worse as the Fed eventually begins to tighten monetary policy. We expect gold to continue to fall as better data from US continues to see interest rates rise, causing reduced demand for non-yielding gold, wrote Goldman Sachs' Eugene King. We expect outflows from the ETF to continue and a reduced rate of central buying. Better jewelry demand on a lower price and physical buying of bars and coins in India and China, in our view, will be insufficient to support the price. We forecast gold at 1144 per ounce in 2014. So there you go, guys. Goldman Sachs is still bearish on the price. I've had some videos in the past going over Goldman's forecasts. And yeah, that's about it. I'll put all these links down below. I have a lot more links to share as well on this, so I'll just compile all the links down below, either at my website or in the description box. And yeah, that's about it. I just want to quickly end this video off by going over kind of what I've said in previous videos. So when I told you guys, I believe it was a couple months now, it might have been around a month ago, where I told you guys my prediction for, the end of 2013 and the start of 2014. I said the possibility of coming down and finding a double bottom was very high. The double bottom here in silver is 1850, or sorry, that's gold. Yeah, 1850 on silver, and it looks like we're still about $1 above that. So we have some room to crawl back down before finding that ultimate bottom, if we are going to double bottom off of this low here at 1850. And gold, one person's forecast that I always keep in the back of my mind is Jim Rogers, who says a 50% correction in any market, especially one that's gone up for 12 years straight, is very, very likely. So since the top was up here at around 1900, that would put gold's bottom around 950. So Jim Rogers said he is watching for that 950. He's waiting for that to start loading up big, and yeah, that's what he thinks gold is going to bottom at. So that's Jim Rogers' opinion. As I've told you guys in the past, my opinion is I really do see downward pressure taking this market back down to its lows, and even breaking below those lows for a short period of time. So 1850 looks quite inevitable right now, and yeah, gold underneath 1100 is looking somewhat likely to me. Now, after the prices come down and find a bottom, could we see gold and silver find a bottom and start rising in 2014, just like I talked about in my video, double bottom for gold and silver for 2014? That is still a possibility. We could come down, even break below this low here. We could come down, spike down, find a low, and then start rising from there. But with the expectation of future tapering, if they continue to cut back on the stimulus, and if the economy continues to get better, the labor market continues to grow, and inflation continues to rise, then we could see tapering continue, and we could see the prices tumbling further lower from here. So that was just my post QE taper FOMC rant. Let me know what you guys think about my opinion on all of this, and let me know your opinion on all of this. Whether you guys think right now is a decent time to be buying, if you think we're going to have maybe one more flash crash before finding a bottom, or if you think this expectation to taper $10 billion at every FOMC meeting in the future is just going to have a complete negative effect on gold, and it'll take us down to this 50% correction at 950, and it will break silver below 850, and possibly see some low at the 16 area or somewhere around there. So go ahead, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to like this video.